Ori Toy, Acid Rain World, First Impressions. I have here the Soul Commander and the Abaddon Puppet. This is my first experience with Ori Toy and the Acid Rain World line. Right off the bat, I have to say the line is impressive. It has a pleasing, grimy, diesel aesthetic, and it has impressive articulation and posability. The expression that one can get out of these figures is astounding. They're extremely photogenic, but it's fucking cold outside, so there's no way I'm hunkering down in the dirt to show you them in like a natural, earthy type setting. We're gonna have to settle for some indoor shots today. The paint and the wash are awesome, and they make for a toy that feels more mature than something like a G.I. Joe. But I think it touches on a similar nostalgia. It feels like something more interesting and grown up. I like that I'm trying to explain that it's more grown up than a G.I. Joe, but we're toy collectors and there's really nothing grown up about this hobby at all. It feels like a more interesting and grown-up extrapolation of G.I. Joe. Militant combatants that point guns, but somehow it's more interesting and more unique and more gripping. Getting these figures into relaxed, somber poses is just as enjoyable as having them in combat stances and action poses. So the sculpt, amazing. The posability, amazing. The paint, amazing, but there's a big flaky elephant in the room we have to acknowledge. The griminess of these figures is due to the wash that's on them, and it looks great, but because of the softness of the plastic in the hands, which is super helpful for putting in the weapons and whatnot, it also makes for the paint and the wash to sort of flake and chip away, leaving the whiteness of the base plastic showing through. I think it's something that is unavoidable. With the Abaddon Puppet, one of his knees was so caked with wash that I thought I was going to break it the first time I moved the knee. So it's something to be aware of with these figures, that paint lock might be an issue, and heating them up might be a good call if you feel any resistance when moving them. So when it's all said and done, what is my overall opinion after dipping my toes into the line? I love it, and even with its flaws, I don't think you'd be able to find a line that is as fun and posable and weirdly nostalgic as this. Being an international customer isn't the best. It makes the bar for entry pretty high. If I could find these on a shelf locally in a store here, I'd buy them in a heartbeat, but buying them from the US and paying conversion and paying duty to receive my package, it makes the line harder to commit to. But I'm glad I dabbled, and I won't be canceling my pre-order for the 3 Marine Infantry figures that I have coming. But I'll probably be cooling it on the line after that, because the Canadian dollar sucks, shipping costs suck, and my Acid Rain World collection is worth more than my car. All that being said, I would recommend Acid Rain World to anyone who's interested. Have a rad day, and if you haven't subscribed already, that's the thing you should do. What the fuck, man?